Okay guys, so we spoke about, and I've showed you the lengthening techniques to do if you had knees bow in and that anterior pelvic tilt. But what about knees bow out? What about if the knees go that way? Well, hopefully you've done that piriformis release, you've done that hamstring release where we put the ball underneath the back of our thigh. And you've also done that adductor magnus release where we put the ball kind of in that groin area, just underneath our sitting bones. Hopefully you've done them. We can't really stretch out our hamstrings just because it actually puts a lot of tension on our sciatic nerve and it could be dangerous. So we don't really want to do that. So we want to just release the hamstrings because they're normally just overactive. We just want to release them, leave them alone. Don't do anything else with them. That's all that's required. But with the piriformis and the adductor magnus, then we can get into those muscles. I'm going to show you what to do for the piriformis. So if we've released that, that was when we were sitting on the roller on our back side and we kind of lean to one side. Once we've done that, and we've done our mobility, our hip mobility, what we're going to do now is stretch out that piriformis. So what you're going to do, you're going to lay back. And you're going to need to use a wall. You're going to need to get your feet up against the wall. You want to have your hips and knees bent both at 90 degrees. So if I'm going to do my right piriformis, so I'm going to stretch that out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my right ankle on my left knee, okay, in that position. Because up at this position, and once I get to about 90 degrees of hip flexion, my piriformis stops rotating my thigh out this way, and up in this position it actually becomes what we call an internal rotator. It actually turns my femur inward. So to stretch it, bring it up, put that ankle on my opposite knee, and what I'm going to do in that position is I'm going to start to press back. I'm going to push that knee back towards the wall. Okay, so I'm going to start to push it back towards the wall. Just there, again, just to that first point of tension, that first point of stretch. Again, I'm just going to hold it for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Again, until I feel that release happen. And again, once I get that release, I can then just push it a little bit further. And again, hold it 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And then I can go on and do the other side. Okay. Okay guys, so we did our piriformis stretch. I'm now going to show you how to stretch that adductor magnus. So again, keeping if you had knees bow out, okay, you're only going to do this if you had knees bow out. We did piriformis, we're going to do the adductor magnus. So we release that muscle when we put that ball just underneath our sitting bone in our groin. We can't do a hamstring stretch like I said before because it kind of can lengthen and potentially damage our sciatic nerve. So we're not going to do that. We're going to leave that one alone. We're just going to release them. But to do our adductor magnus, what you're going to do, you're going to need a surface. So again, I've got this kind of this dresser chair here, and I'm going to show you guys on my left side. I'm going to put my foot up, okay, onto this side. So this is different from if you saw the other video where I did this position. I did hands against the wall and I leaned. So that was for my adductors on the front of my thigh. So that's my anterior adductors. So that's for knees bow in. But if you've got knees bow out, don't do them ones. You want to do this one. This is our adductor muscle on the back side of the thigh. Still on the inside, but more on the back. It does a slightly different job. This one does more extension rather than flexion. But if you've got knees bow out, again, because it also turns our femurs outward, creates that knees bow out position. If you have that, do this one. So what we're going to do, you're going to put that foot on an elevated surface. Okay, so I'm doing my left side. I'm going to put my left hand against my foot. I'm going to push my elbow into my knee because remember, these are still adductors. They still bring our femurs, our thighs inward, they bring our knees towards our midline. So to lengthen them, we still need to push them out. So I'm going to put my hand there. I'm going to push my elbow into my knee. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do some hip flexion by leaning forward. That's going to really lengthen out that muscle. So I lean my body over I'm going to push my knee away with my elbow, and I'm going to reach forward as far as I can. I might need to step away a little bit, so again you can step out a little bit if you need to. Yeah, lean forward, and so I should still feel that stretch right in my groin there, right on the inside. And I'm going to hold it, go to that first point of stretch. Hold it there 30 seconds to 2 minutes until it goes away, and then what I can do once it releases, as always, I can just push it a bit further or reach it a little bit further to the ground. Again, I'm only going to that first point of tension, that first point of stretch. Okay, so that's the position I'm in. My foot's elevated, pushing my knee out with my elbow, leaning my body forward, going to that first point of stretch. Okay. So that's our adductor magnus or stretch that we've done there.